Garfield? Garfield, where are you?
I'm not here.
There you are.
Oh, no.
I'm very angry with you. This is your
God, what
last
happened to your
warning.
voice?
You've scratched my favorite chair. You've eaten my carefully prepared lasagna.
Turning the audio down because it's actually kind of loud.
And
on my
now,
end.
my favorite suit has been shredded.
So
And don't try to
everyone.
blame this
We're
on Odie,
doing
Garfield.
Garfieldy.
He would never do anything like this. Garfield, if one more thing gets eaten, scratched, or
for the
shredded,
record, everyone,
I will put you on
by the way,
a
I'm turning.
diet. I'm leaving now.
I'm turning Grumpy up, so if
I'll
he
be
sounds
back at
really
5
loud
o'clock.
all of a sudden, that's
I've
why.
left a list of chores for you to do on the fridge. Remember what I said. I really mean it this time, Garfield.
I love
Gee,
that.
I hate seeing
you actually,
John upset
you
like
actually
that.
cut out there.
Just kidding. Okay, now I'm ready for a little me time.
But yeah, so
Not
I
Pinky
decided to
the
record
Clown.
That's
better.
And
My
for the
favorite,
record,
a cooking
anyone
show.
who thinks
Odie, what have you done?
Anyone who's curious,
John's gonna put me on a
first off,
diet
no,
now,
I
and
did
I
not
don't
record
want
this.
to go on a diet.
I
Think,
don't
Garfield,
want to go on a
think.
diet. Jesus
There has to
Christ.
be some way to clean up this mess before John gets home.
I did not record
But
this
how?
because of the new Garfield movie. I recorded this
The
literally
vacuum
because-
cleaner. Odie, you're
literally
a
because,
genius.
Haha, Garf.
What am I saying?
But you'll see, thanks to Planet Clue, there is a mod for this game called Garfield Plus, which is what I recorded. And
That comes from the games room.
anyway, but yeah, because of Planet Clue, I
John's
kind
only
of
trophy.
it's kind of how I learned
Well,
about this
he
game
was the only
and
contestant.
decided to try it myself. And I do
That's
recommend
from the utility room.
the Garfield Plus mod. That being said, much like the little thing in front of the game said, if you use the mod,
Cats
use
are
a
poetry in motion.
controller because it is weird with
Dogs
the keyboard.
are gibberish.
In
and
fact, the
neutral.
mod itself actually
These should have a health
actually
warning.
changes all of the button prompts to very specifically be controller prompts. It's not that you can't play it with a keyboard, it's that, like,
I think that goes in the
it genuinely
hallway.
kind of sucks with a keyboard.
Some things are better with a controller. I'll just say that.
Yep.
I can push this. Take life one nap at a time.
I feel you, buddy. I felt that.
But as for the game itself, like, it's genuinely, it's funny to me because Planet Clue's video on the game mentions that a lot of reviewers called it, like, the worst Garfield game. It's not. Like, they say it's one of the worst games ever, and I've tried it myself, and it's like, this is what people consider the worst game ever? This is actually... This is
Great.
not that bad.
That's one less thing to fix. So that's where unfashionable clothes go to die.
But yeah, Garfield will continuously quit throughout this entire game.
Oh, good. He can do my job.
Grumpy
That's
just...
from the bathroom.
Yep. See ya. Bye.
Wait, Grumpy! Grumpy, get back here!
Rob? Rob, where'd you go?
Everybody has a trophy that goes
Oh,
in
he's
the
gone.
den. I
Now
can
there's
push
no opposition for my master plan.
Sophie, I'm still here.
Oh. Can I take over the channel now?
No.
Looks like I'm foiled for now. I'll have to think of a new plan.
Anyway. But yeah, no, it's funny to me that people claim this as, like, a terrible game, and it's like... I'd say
last
without
time I
the
saw
mod...
Ooh, I think
without
that
the
belongs on
mod,
the
I'd
landing.
call it a 6 out of 10. the mod kind of bumps it up to like a 7. Like it's not great, but I wouldn't call it terrible. I've definitely played worse games. I mean, I think I've gone on record a couple times and said, I don't know where
What am I doing back here?
First off, I've mentioned millions of times, recording room's locked while we're doing commentary. It's not like you were ever going to be able to leave anyway.
Could have.
No, you couldn't.
Then where did I get the sandwich, smart guy?
The mini fridge.
Okay. Where did I get this hot soup?
The other mini fridge.
We have hot soup in the other mini fridge?
You say that like there's 2 mini fridges in here.
That's from the hallway.
I thought we had one just for drinks.
No.
Where the hell have I been keeping all my drinks? Oh crap, did I put them in the airlock again?
The things I
just
do for
fucking
stardom.
A&W, like a bottle of A&W root beer just floats by.
Ah shit, my root beer. You owe me a root beer.
You're the one who shot out the airlock!
This looks like a good
You
place for
didn't
a
tell me!
There's
Did we
word-
get an airlock?
utility room.
We've put caution tape over it that says caution airlock.
I feel
Rumpy,
like
don't
kicking
put
this.
your fucking root beer here.
I can't read, man.
Get that back to John's
Okay, to be
bedroom.
fair, it's not like I wrote it in English.
That's even worse.
Did you at least write it into a language I can understand?
No.
No, it's in
I
Klingon.
think that goes in the utility
That's-
room.
Fuck!
That's not Klingon?
Mmm.
I
that
mean...
spring fresh smell. I can pull this.
To be fair, it is an
Home is
alien
where the
language,
fridge
but
is.
it's not Klingon. I also love, like normal, we aren't actually talking about the game that's being played.
Cheese for John's lasagna. The lazy way to cook.
That being said,
Ah.
to actually talk about the game, I think the mod does replace certain sounds. Like it changes the soundtrack to be
Take life
much
one
more
nap
relaxing,
at a time.
which I like. Can't think also. And the soundtrack that they chose is nice and relaxing. But I'm sure you noticed like the sound effects for the vacuum that Garfield has is literally just the fucking
I think that comes from the den.
the vacuum sounds from
Aloha.
fucking Luigi's Mansion.
I
You
really
thieves.
shouldn't eat that fish.
Okay, first off it's a mod, so it's not even the official people. And secondly, like it does fit.
Sushi. That goes in the living room.
Also, it is funny to me because of how short this game is and how actually fairly easy the game is. It does have a
It's
time
Mr.
limit.
Photogenic.
You want to know how long the time limit actually is?
That goes in the kitchen.
How long is the time limit?
Well, before I answer that, I want to tell the audience because I told you not long ago.
Don't
The game,
worry.
like, I was able to
Be stupid.
beat this game within like 3 hours, maybe. Maybe 3.5.
This looks better with food on.
But
I hate Mondays. That's from the hallway.
I can't think of it. I was able to beat the game within 3.5 hours. The game itself, the time limit for this game is 8 hours. I think even if you were a kid who has never tried this game and barely knows what they're doing, I think you can still beat this game before the time limit.
Looking good in 16-bit.
Yeah. Well, because if you remember the intro cutscene, which there are only 2 cutscenes in this game, there's the intro cutscene and then there's
Got the
then
whole
there's the
world
ending
in my
cutscene.
hands.
But if you remember the intro cutscene, Odie ends up screwing up the house, and Garfield has to clean it up before John gets home, or else John's gonna put him on a diet.
It's not like it's a bad thing.
Garfield is diet.
He probably has feline diabetes.
Feline diabetes and about 5 other diseases. Mostly because he has, mostly because instead of eating cat food, he eats, like, literally anything he fucking finds.
It's gonna end like that robot chicken skit, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know if you ever saw that skit.
I
Get a
vaguely
life,
know
world.
the skit you're talking about.
I can push this.
Like, it'll be tragic, but it's also like, it's almost like he's doing things he should be doing for a cat. I mean, at least in Garfield's defense, he's a cartoon cat, so gets away with a lot more.
That's true.
I can pull that.
But yeah, like the game itself isn't. I wouldn't say it's terrible. It's just kind of
Cats are poetry in motion.
Like,
Dogs
I-
are gibberish and neutral.
I wouldn't say go out and play it. It definitely isn't terrible, but
I
it's
think
it's
that
just
comes
kind of
from the front garden.
it exists.
It's not worth it.
I think it's worth. I think it's at least
I
worth
could climb up
trying,
these.
but it's not one that you
So that's where
absolutely
Odie's toothbrush
should.
went.
I do want to ask Rumpy though, if have you ever played any of the Garfield games?
No.
I think at one point I did try, I did try the Sega Genesis Garfield game, the Garfield
Take life
Caught in the
one
Act.
nap at a time.
I haven't gone out of my way to play Garfield. I know there is
I think that
another,
comes
like
from the
there's
small
other
bedroom.
comic strips that I've enjoyed that have had video games based on them, and I have enjoyed those. Like, Peanuts has a couple, and one of my all-time favorite games, both for nostalgia reasons and because it's just generally a good
is where
game,
the fridge is.
is Snoopy versus the Red Baron.
Snoopy. Oh, I'm a fan of Snoopy.
Snoopy versus
I
the Red
think that
Baron
comes from the
is a
small
really
bedroom.
fun like dogfighting game,
Music is my life.
because it takes the Snoopy as a World War I flying ace from Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and turns it into a full-on like Ace Combat-esque game.
Huh, neat.
It is definitely more arcadey and I mean obviously much more cartoony, but it is genuinely really fun. I actually still own a PC copy of the game too. But it was it's funny to me because it was released on PC, PlayStation 2, and PSP. All 3 versions I would recommend. Like, even if you have to boot up an emulator and play the PSP version, like just try it. To this day, I've never tried because there was a sequel on the Xbox 360 that, hilariously enough, was lost media for a little bit. Never got a chance to try that sequel, not even on an emulator, but mostly because I can't seem to get the emulator working. Because it was an Xbox Live Arcade game. And,
yeah, those are hard to track down.
Yeah, but it was, I think the Xbox Live Arcade version focused a little more on the multiplayer aspect, which is still cool. Also, notice Odie just kind of...
Odie, what the hell are you doing?
running in place. I did mention this to you before we started recording. Because the mod, at least the most recent update for it, kind of removed Odie's AI. So, because he's originally supposed to run into Garfield. But because it removed his AI, he'll just do that. He'll just start running in place. Also, there's a lot of segments of me just kind of not knowing where I'm going or what I'm doing.
So, Tuesday.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, for all intents and purposes, this is the first time I ever played this game. So, there is a lot of... I've never played this game before, so I don't know where I'm going. But, yeah, it's not a long or complicated game. I think the most, like, you're seeing now, the most complicated part I've had is,
I think
lining Garfield
on the
up.
landing.
Lining Garfield up in just the right way to either suck
This
up
is
an
a
item
record that should
or
be broken.
put an item in its place.
Great. That's one less thing to fix.
It is kind of funny to me seeing Odie just kind of run in place. Because it would have been nice if the
That
mod
was in
actually
John's bedroom.
changes... if the mod changed it where he does still run around. Because you'll see,
If you want to appear
you still have
smarter,
the ability
hang
to
around someone stupid.
just kick Odie, and there's no reason to do it. Originally, you would do that to kind of distract him and get him away from Garfield for a few seconds, so that you could actually do what you're trying to do. But here, because he doesn't actually chase Garfield, it's basically Garfield just being a dick.
Illuminating.
Hey, Garfield.
Quick disclaimer. Gear playthroughs does not condone animal cruelty in any way, shape, or form.
Unless it's against the squirrel, then that's all valid.
In fact, it's almost encouraged.
Oh,
That, like,
you suckers!
jokes aside, like, we honestly do not condone the animal cruelty. The only time that I would actually say that animal cruelty is technically allowed is something like Itchy and Scratchy, where it's very clearly a cartoon and not actually harming animals. Don't harm your pets, kids. Also, any children watching us, go away. This is
Seriously,
not
what are you doing here? Go to bed.
Go to bed, he says. He says, despite this part probably going up at like 5:30 in the afternoon. Go to bed anyway. I think the most annoying thing that I had to deal with this game is
Stupid electric stove.
so
It's always
one of
snack
the
time.
one of the
Stupid
benefits that
electric
this mod
stove.
has is it has an outline for the items that you pick up to tell you, okay, this goes in this room. Each color corresponding to a different room. It also does that because you get keys for completing certain rooms. When you get the key, it will actually shine a little light showing, okay, this is where this room goes. This is where this is the room this key goes to. Yeah. Words aren't coming out the way I want them
The
to.
lazy way to cook.
But what drives me nuts the most is more the fact that
Glitchy, did you set the house on fire?
no. Not yet anyway.
Glitchy.
Anyway, what drives me nuts is with the keys, if you're not paying attention, you can just be wandering around the house for ages, not having any idea where the key is supposed to go before as you can see, I am clueless and lost. Anyway, but yeah, if you're not paying attention, you have no idea where the key goes until you try literally every
can
door in
push
the house
this.
and find out. It's like, oh, that's where the
Take
key
life
goes.
one nap at a time.
Also, I tried kicking the bed because I was wondering how you're supposed to save the game.
Did it work?
No.
Hmm.
You don't save the bed. You don't save the game by messing with the bed. You actually save the game by interacting with the chest. Which is another benefit from this mod
can
that I'm
push
kind of
this.
surprised wasn't already enabled. But, originally, whatever you put in one chest, because there are
One
3
good
chests
thing
in the
about
game.
lethargy.
Whatever
You
you put
don't
in
have
one
to work
chest,
at it.
you would have to return to that chest to get that item back out. Now with the mod, you can just put one item in. You can put an item in one chest and then go to another chest and get that item out. They refer to this as working like an ender chest in Minecraft, and
Here
that's
lies
actually the best
stupidity.
way to describe it. Is it basically is a ender chest from Minecraft.
Neat.
Oh yeah. Also, take note of the key I just got. It is a yellow key. It goes to one of the doors upstairs.
It is pretty.
It takes me a good, like, 5 minutes looking up a guide on GameFAQs before I finally realized that it went to one of the doors upstairs.
At the
Anyway,
end of the part?
Yeah, that's the end of the part. We will see you guys next time.
See ya.